Welcome to the Coach's Decision.
Welcome to a special edition of Coach's Decision with Chris P. Reed. In this episode, this series, this sessions that we're having, we're getting a response to the episodes that we had for men dating over 40. If you haven't checked that out, go check that out. But this is our ability to talk to women dating over 40 and see their side of the coin and understand the difficulties, the challenges, and the excitement that they find in dating in the later halves of their lives after they've lived a little bit and did some things. And I think that you definitely want to enjoy and tune in to some of the things that they have. So without further ado, we'll come into a section of women dating over 40. I wanted to ask the producer if he had anything in his notes as a 40-something-year-old man dating 40-something-year-old women that sparked his interest or gave him some tips or tricks or any no-nos that you wanted to, while you got the audience here, while you got these ladies at your disposal, I want you to use them to kind of chip through. Maybe they can get you married real quick with some of the game they give you.
Mary?
Yeah, he pushed me to the altar. I had a couple of questions,
Okay.
surprisingly.
Mhm.
I'll start with you, Kendra. We know the ocean is big and it's a lot of fish, right? So what type of fish have you been most? Is it hatfish, beardfish, body fished? What else? Carfish, financially fished? How are these dudes catfishing you? What type of, what's
Is it-
fake about them?
Okay.
Mentally ill fished.
I wouldn't.
There's a
Man,
lot
I never heard of that one. Okay.
You didn't
There's
have
a
that
lot
one
of
written down.
unhealed.
No, I didn't. No.
There are
Just
a lot of unhealed souls, and I'm not a therapist. I got a great friend who is very unhealed. Like, I didn't realize how many, and I've only really talked to Black men. I've talked to a couple of other races just in conversation, but not like that.
Mhm.
But I'm gonna say with the Black men, they did. I ain't gonna say damaged. That's the wrong word. They're hurt. They have been hurt
you
bad.
can't see that from a picture though.
No, you cannot. But once
Okay.
they get through that vetting process in the 48 hours, I could care less about that before then. But
But if you find out somebody's crazy, you say you catfished me.
no, yeah, that
Yes,
too. But
yes.
not so much. When I say mentally ill, I mean like not just schizophrenic, bipolar. Like you either, I hate to use the word because that's a trend, but you got some narcissistic tendencies. You got avoidant issues. You are emotionally imbalanced. All of that to me is your mental. And it's a lot that the men need to unpack. They really need to unpack. I get maybe you were hurt by your high school sweetheart, your ex-wife, maybe she cleaned you out. But there are a lot of men that are just truly hurt and have not dealt with their triggers. So that's what I deal with more than anything is that I don't even get to the point where, I mean, I've had a couple, like I said, it's their body or all that, they don't look how they look, but I don't even get to the point where I can know if it's your financial situation and all that. Like you just got some mental issues that you need to deal with. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jessica, how have you been fished most?
How have I been fish most? Yeah. I mean, what were the choices again?
I think I know your answer. Do you want me to? I think you are saying married fished.
Yes, she is. I was thinking that. I was thinking that.
But is it like hatfish, beardfish?
Well,
Because men with the hairpieces
not that
sometimes.
because,
They can come off.
no, I physically know what they look like. I don't date people on social media, so I need to see you in person. But yeah, I would say, yeah, I've been married fish quite a bit, but
Is it attractive
Mm-mm.
when a man can teach you things?
Absolutely. That is the biggest turn on for me. The biggest. Long as
What
not
about
a
you?
criminal activity, but yes.
right.
What about
Oh,
you,
yeah,
Jessica?
I had a couple.
absolutely, because
Still,
I need to, if you can teach me something, that's great. And like I said, I like people that are very intelligent. So it's like, so if I can learn something you teach, oh, I love that. And then,
And that's like one of my negotiables.
right,
Really?
Yeah.
Absolutely. At this point, yeah,
right.
absolutely.
Let,
Long
let
as
me
I
say
feel like
this.
I have to.
Let me say this as a scholar. And I'm married, and my wife don't want me telling her a damn thing. Like when I correct her English, or if I try to
I love
impart
that.
some wisdom, I don't need you to raise me. Like so I will say there's a subculture of Black women who don't want to be patronized, and we talked about this on this on a podcast, and I'm going to bring it up for the sake of this conversation. It is my belief, in my experience, talking to men, that if a man is in a relationship with a woman, he's doing man things, and I'm stereotyping, so forgive me here. He's taking out the garbage, he's killing spiders, he's whatever. She's washing dishes, she's doing laundry, she's cooking, whatever, right? And then they break up. Whatever made them break up, he has to then assume those roles. And then Jessica,
Mhm.
at your house, you have to assume the roles that he was doing. So now you're back to taking out the garbage, you washing your own car, you putting gas in it, whatever the case may be. When that man finds a new woman, he is more than happy to stop doing those things and give those things over to her to do the cooking and the laundry and the whatever women do in his relationship. But I found more often than not that women are not trying to get into a situation where they too comfortable and that can be taken from them again. So they're trying to prove to him, I can put gas in my own car. I can cut my own grass. And women are always competing with the men to show that they are independent and don't need those men. Do you see that as an issue, or have you seen that from your girlfriends or even from yourself, where women tend to go overboard in trying to show a man how little they don't need him?
Um,
I'll start with you, Jessica. Yeah.
well, I've seen that like in like my best friend. She was like, she doesn't need a man for anything. She's independent. She claims, and I find this hard to believe because I know her parents well. She claims, and they're still married. Like, I don't know, they've been married for a lot of years, like 50, I don't know, 40 some, maybe, I don't know, but a lot of years. But she
Okay.
says that her mother told her to always be independent, not to rely on a man, and not you could do everything by yourself, but she's married. So it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Math ain't math. Yeah.
Right. And
Yeah.
I'm like I said, I know both of the people, both of her parents, have known them for a lot
Right.
of years. But yeah, she'll always say she doesn't need a man to do anything. She won't call him. She won't ask him for help. Like, but she'll tell me she needs help on something. I was like, well, you're dating this guy. Like, why won't you ask him to help you? I don't need to
Right.
do that. What do you mean you don't need to do it? But you're complaining that you need help in the situation, but she still won't ask him.
Right. 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 And do you have that experience as well, Kendra, with your friends or with yourself, where you just don't? And sometimes it's hard to trust, but then you're blaming a
Mhm.
guy for somebody else's crime. Let's be clear on that.
Right.
But in the
Mhm.
idea of men, and I can speak on men's behalf, and I've talked to guys, when a woman come in and want a woman, they like, cool, go ahead and woman that thing. When a man come in and want a man, you like, I don't need you to be. I can open this pickle jar. Look at my muscles. Like,
Hmm.
have you experienced those situations with your girlfriends or women that you know?
I've experienced it with myself.
Okay.
And so I would say therapy has kind of helped with that a little bit.
Mhm,
I didn't realize I had experienced it until it was with my stepdad,
mhm,
and I just always did stuff,
mhm,
and so he would be like, "What you doing? I'm about to do this. I'm about to do this." Um, I think for me, it has always been a trigger for a while
mhm,
because Um, I naturally like to be submissive, but if I can't trust you, and
mhm,
because I've been submissive to the wrong person before, it's
mhm,
hard. And
mhm,
now I'm thinking about myself and my kid.
mhm,
Certain areas I would say I'm growing in that, yeah, if I came in and you cooked dinner, oh, thank you, or you did certain things like, hey, you need me to go take your car to get washed. Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you. I'm gradually letting go. I think the only area where I would struggle with, I know, is the financial area. Like,
mhm,
I just cannot see myself, um, allowing him to handle all the finances
mhm,
ever. I don't know
mhm,
if I'll ever get to that point in my life.
mhm,
Same way with, although I joke about, oh, I just need a sugar daddy and not go to work. I don't think I would ever not have some kind of income coming for myself. I just don't. I mean, but the other areas I've definitely grown where I'm like, you know what? Hey, you want to go take him to go get his hair cut?
Mhm.
Please do. Go, please help me out, because in the end, that's what I want. Ultimately, that's what I want. How else am I going to learn if I can trust you?
Right.
How else am I going to learn if you are even beneficial to me,
Right.
and we can be together? So I got to let that guard down some just to allow you to prove to see, okay, Kendra, I got you. I got your back. Now, I'm a type of person, I don't like to ask for help. So I am more inclined to a person who just is a natural doer, like my stepdad. He see me he doing it. But I've gotten better where I do ask for help. My problem is if I ask you once and you don't do it, I'm probably not going to ask you again.
The young guys approaching y'all to be their sugar mamas. Learning from each other. They like to learn too from people, just like y'all like to learn. So just think about that. They can teach you. There are things they can teach you. Maybe it's TikTok,
Okay.
or maybe it's DMing or whatever. I don't know. I'm not sure if you want to learn that, but they can keep you relevant in society. They can help you at work, or just. I mean, I'm not saying you don't want to just keep your mind open. If there is, not just because he's young or a little younger, don't say, "Oh, he can't teach me nothing."
Right.
Sometimes he can, or he could teach you something in a different area.
Sure.
Because Kendra, what if he said a past tense verb with a punctuation is actually a complete sentence?
Because you said it.
I agree with you.
It is.
I've had younger guys actually teach me things, and that's why they continue to have conversation with me, or I continue to have conversation with them, because I'm like, oh dang, I didn't know that, or that's good to know. So I don't have no problem with that. But he
Okay.
don't have the other qualities to be my man. Just because you teach him.
I'm saying the subject is understood you, so you ain't is a complete sentence.
Yeah. You
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying. No, I definitely agree. I will say one thing they do is I think the younger guys I talk to now, they kind of actually give me a different male perspective. So some of them have kind of coached me a little bit as I entertain some dudes, and I'm like, one of the things I want to see is if it's a difference in generations, and it's not. Man is a man.
Exactly. Don't matter their
And so it's like, okay, well, they kind of coaching me. And I would say none of them are looking for me to be their sugar mama. They've actually, which is weird, they've actually done the hunting, as you say, compared to the older guys. So, but I'm just not, you somebody's son for real, for real.
Okay. So we heard a lot of y'all blocking dudes without blocking them, turning them down. I'll start with you, Jessica. Have you ever had your balloon popped?
What?
Oh.
The dude not wanting to
Wait,
talk to
you got to rephrase that with Jessica, because her popping is she her mind goes to a different level when you say popping something.
It sure does.
Are you familiar with
But yeah.
Have a guy ever that you wanted to talk to said, "Hey, this is not going to work out"?
I've never ever experienced that in my life. Never in my life.
In your whole entire
My
life?
whole entire life of
okay.
living. I've never experienced that in my life. If it
Okay.
happened,
Congratulations,
Kendra,
Jessica.
Absolutely. Like when I moved south, I got stood up all the time when I would go out somewhere, and I'm like, what the hell are they doing this at? And recently, like I was saying earlier this year, I literally asked the guy, I was like, do you just like me or are you interested in me? And let me just say, his silence answered the whole question. So yeah, he never did. He could never answer.
Do you think
he chose not to answer.
Do you think that is a part and parcel because you are not an easy target or easy knockdown, or you create some level of challenge there where they say the juice is not worth the squeeze, good, bad, or indifferent? They say, you know what, dang, she want too much. conjugation. She went too much.
Yeah.
She
He ain't one that he's one that does actually speak in complete sentences.
okay,
But yeah.
cool. All right.
Well, the subject and a predicate.
Right.
Yep. He give me the whole thing, and I can draw the little line to say have her and all that. But I think with this particular guy, actually, I know with this particular guy because there was another conversation. He's just not looking to be in a relationship, period. So it's not even just with me. I've noticed, like we've talked about other women approaching him, and it's the same thing. My issue with them is, but you still want something from me that I'm not going to give you, bruh. That is for my man whenever I get a man. And I didn't explain that to you. So yeah, you just like me, but you're not interested in me.
Right.
All right, let's flip it to the positive note. Give the men some advice. How much should you talk on the phone or have you communicate virtually before you must see them in person? They must ask you on a date. Start with you, Kendra.
Because all my connections are long distance. Unfortunately, I don't
Dang,
know
all
what
of them?
that is. Yeah, I don't know
They're the
why.
exact
You might
opposite.
need to move.
They're the exact
Might need to
opposite.
move.
Like,
I do
Right.
need to move. It's just stupid. Anyway, I do say about 4 months or so, unless they're in a
quarter.
busy
Y'all
work
can
season.
communicate virtually for 4 months
Yep.
before you like, I must go
Yeah,
on a
because
date.
I'm like Jessica. I don't need a whole lot of. If you come on too strong and you try to come in week 2, I'm gonna think you crazy.
Exactly.
So about 4 months, by this time we've had some conversation back and forth. I'll probably be able to pick up a pattern if you're really married or not. You starting to get comfortable with me, so you starting to say some things, and usually by that 4-month mark, I know who you, I kind of get a good idea of who you are. So yeah, by that time we're both comfortable enough. The hormones are flowing. We need to see each other.
Okay. Jessica, how long can y'all communicate virtually? Phone, text, video chat, and all that before you need to go out on this date?
Well, I meet people literally in the city. So like usually when I meet someone, we're already going out within like a week or something, or a couple of days. Like
Mhm.
it's that kind of
What,
quickness.
but what if y'all don't? It's been 2 weeks. Y'all didn't go out.
Oh,
So is that an issue?
they're finna see me. I'm telling you. I mean, they're finna see me right away. I've never in my life had someone that I've met had me wait. I mean, even a week. So I mean,
Oh,
the
but
question,
it,
like, unfortunately, doesn't really apply to me too much because in all of my experience,
so,
I've
so
never
you
had.
don't even know what that's like.
Right, I've never had any. I've never had the experience.
You don't know what it's like to wait.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll
But
allow it.
the flip that question is, why would they want, if they're interested in you for whatever reason, why would they wait so long?
They wouldn't.
So that's why I know the dude
Oh,
was
I can answer that.
because he wasn't trying to make no visits.
I'm glad you asked, Kendra. So on the first date is my next question.
Okay.
Do you want to get to know them or to be impressed?
Oh, get to know them. I'm not easily impressed at all by nothing. So yes,
Okay.
please get
Jessica?
to. I need
I
to
want to
get
get
to
to
know
know you
you.
as well.
There's a large population of women who want to be impressed.
That's true.
So before spending $500 on a date with you, they need to know more about you.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why a lot of men don't ask women out on a date within a week.
I wish a man would try to spend $500 on me. Do you know what I could do
You
for
could have just gave me
$500?
Are you being
$500.
facetious? Oh, damn.
No, hell no, I'm not being facetious. What are you on a first
Right.
date and we doing no weekend trip somewhere?
Right.
It ain't tricking
I
if you
wish
got
you
it. You
would
got to
have
come
spent
in and set the
500.
tone
Okay,
to
put it like
separate
this.
yourself. You got to differentiate yourself from the
A
other
lot of
hunters.
women want to be impressed.
Yes,
Like he
yes,
said
they do.
earlier, they don't want
How is
talking.
that impressive? Because you know what that tells me? You just tricking.
Right.
You tricking.
Yeah.
Why is you tricking? Dude, come on. Do you know what we could do with that
I can
$500?
answer that. They want to be tricked.
Right.
They want to
When
be
they doing
tricked
all
on.
that,
The
that
ones
makes
who
them
don't,
easy. That
they
makes
don't
them an
fall
easy prey
hard.
for me because I already know I can trick them.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I already know I can trick them.
That
Absolutely.
They're a
part.
prey.
So you capitalize on their vulnerabilities.
Bait. that's
That ain't
not
being
that. If
vulnerable.
you
You
want
just
to do all that, then I'm gonna expect you to do all that and much
Oh.
more. So, but I don't need
yeah.
people to do that. Like, you could come out on a nice date and spend like
$500
$100 or something or whatever, and I'm cool with that. But you do not need to impress me.
Yeah,
Like,
you just
most things
I'm that
on
way.
a materialistic level don't impress me. That
No,
does
me
not
neither.
impress me.
Yeah. Are either one of you, we'll start with you, Jessica. Are you okay paying for the first date? The $100 you just mentioned?
First of all, let me tell you something my daddy taught me a long time ago, baby. When you approach,
Y'all wanted to know why men wait. I'm
I'm gonna tell you
showing
something.
y'all.
Like, this is what my daddy taught.
The look on
First
your
of all,
face.
my daddy taught me two
Mhm,
very important things. You never approach a man because
mhm,
you never approach
mhm,
a man
Mm,
because you don't have to. And number
mhm.
two,
Back in his day.
a
Mhm,
man is if a man invited me out on a date, then they're the ones that are supposed to pay. Now, mind you, I don't have a
mm.
problem paying for people as I've dated you for a while. I don't have a problem treating a man. That's never a problem for me. But again, on the first date situation, you're the one that approached me and asked me. So that's already off the bat. I already know you're paying for it. Why would I pay for it?
Kendra,
I've
would you pay?
never paid I've never paid for a first date, like, I'm paying for his food and
Mm-mm.
mine. No. I have
Right.
I have
That's what
Dutch.
you can consist of.
Right.
Yes, I have gone Dutch before on a first date. Usually my first date, though, because yeah. Well, if I met somebody locally, I'm gonna talk about the ones I have met before locally.
Mhm,
It's a quick date. It's like a interview date. I am one of those take me to go get coffee or take me to go get a shot of tequila real quick because I need to figure out if I even want to continue to have conversation with you. So I don't mind. Um, but yeah, I'm not paying for the full date. No, I'll pay my portion.
okay. So Kendra, can you tell me within the last 5 years the best date you've been on?
Yep. It's probably about 2 years ago. That was the last good date. And what made it good, it was just fun. It
It's just
was it was just fun. We went like playing bowling, having drinks, getting something to eat. I'm not a social person, so he was a social butterfly. We met other couples, we competing against them, we dancing, all that. It was a low key fun date, no pressure, no nothing. And for me, that's what I like. I feel like dating should be fun,
Mhm,
especially in that initial stages. I mean, my job is stressful, so I don't want to be going out and it's all this pressure on either side.
mhm.
Just, hey, let's go out, have some good old fashioned fun, get the gags, laugh, whatever. Um, and that's it. So yeah.
Okay. It was also free, right?
Yeah, but he said it. He said it up front. So this is the thing because he was like, I kept
Okay.
saying, "No, I really don't want to go." I done already been out earlier because I'm not I don't need a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday type thing. If I went out on Friday, I'm good. So I had happened to go out on Friday, and then that Saturday he was like, "Hey, let's go. Let's hang out, whatever." And so I was like, "No, no." He was like, "I promise, you won't regret it. I got you. I'm paying for everything." And he did. He even paid for my parking.
Mm.
So, I was cool with that. It was great. And it wasn't that it was a great day because he paid for everything. He was just a fun ass dude. We had a great
Mhm.
time. So,
I get that. I just have never heard anyone say they had a great date and it was Dutch. That's why I asked.
I had I
Crazy.
mean, I've had a couple that were,
What's
yeah, it was
wrong?
I'm
That's
laughing at
cool.
you over.
Yeah.
I have it. I asked a lot of people this.
hmm
So
That,
Jessica, what's the best date you've been on in the last 5 years?
I mean, it's kind of hard for me because usually the people that
All
I've
of
been
them.
involved with, they always take me on great dates. But if I had to just choose one, I would choose the one where he actually took me out of town, and so we had.
hmm.
On the first date?
This is not a first date. You didn't say a first date. You said a date. It has to be the first date.
Yeah,
Okay.
best date.
Is it the first date we're talking about?
Yeah, I would say that. I mean, after you know each other, I would think they should
Of
get better.
course.
But
Um,
let's say within the first 3 dates.
yeah, well, he didn't take me out of town the first 3 days, but yeah. Um,
A bummer.
right, it was, but, no, really, I'm pretty simple, so, like, if you're gonna like, I have to have, like, I would say, like, most of my first dates are not, like, at coffee shops, I don't do any of that, but they're usually at a bar, and so I'm a bar kinda chick, so I like bars, so we can go to a bar, we can do some dancing, we can have shots and some beer, a little bit of food, I'm entertained and I'm good. I'm pretty
Okay.
simple.
Hmm.
That's all I had, coach.
Okay. Well, I definitely, want to thank you guys for giving that. It was things that I'd never even heard of, never even thought of. Like Kendra was saying, like my mind don't even work like that. But I also know that for whatever reason, you have men of a certain age and women of a certain age that are seeing the same thing in two totally different perspectives, in two totally different aspects of what is expected, what is required, what is respectful. And then obviously, I think one thing that's not held into account enough is that when you date a mature woman, you're going to come into a situation where there's a level of PTSD that you just have to deal with. That's number one. And you gotta kind of, tread lightly and don't expect for her to act like this is her first time ever dating somebody and be head over heels because you put cheese on that. Right. And then the other part is when they have children, especially if they're in that range where the children are in the home or they have close relationships with their children, especially sons who may be protective and things of that nature. You have to factor all those things in and allow for her to guide you as opposed to being over anxious. Like you said, remembering this, trying to play PlayStation with the boy and all this other stuff. There's boundaries that have to be set up. But everything that you guys were saying kept coming back to being woman enough to be willing to communicate, to be woman enough to say, this is how I see it. I don't care how anybody else sees it. As for me, this is what I want. Like Jessica said, I'm simple. You can give me a shot of beer and some boots and some line dancing,
Right.
and man, we good. We good. We just, and then give me a couple days. And
Exactly.
Kendra's like, and and Kendra's like, I need you to really expand the palette and let me know that you can handle these different situations and you can be an asker as well as a listener, and that we can balance each other out because I have tough days too. I have an important job as well. I have family issues that I go through, and we are treating each other as human beings. And so I think that's very important. And I just know that as people get older, not just women, they get upset or deflated by the aspect or the concept of love. And the one thing I enjoyed the most, because I didn't know this obviously when we jumped on this session, was that if you know what you want, it doesn't have to be a guy come up on a white horse and then y'all move out to the suburbs and everything. It could be I've did that already, and I'm good. Like, if you wanna be cool, I could be cool with it being cool, and we can be cool together, or you can find somebody else if you trying to make sure that we do the double ring thing, and I got 17 bridesmaids, and you got 70 like, I'm over that, and so women are not monolithic. They are not just one type, but that doesn't mean that this type is a good woman and this type is a nobody. There are good women of different types, and the only way you're gonna figure that out is to take the time and get off the swiping, get off the texting, get on the horn, listen to her voice, you know what I'm saying? Let her see you 48 hours within the engagement and then set up some time because that personal space, that interaction, those pheromones, all of that classic stuff that has gone on for thousands of years, it still does matter. And we can't let the computer build our soulmates because that's not how computers work. So I appreciate you guys jumping on for the session and want to thank you guys. The people will let you know your comments and we'll go from there. I think we all knew that women were a little more complicated, I would say, than men. So we had a complete series of women who were dating over 40. And we hope that you enjoyed some of the enlightenment that they provided, the level of vulnerability that they came with, the entertainment and the excitement that they had in their voices. And we hope that you tune in to future sessions that we have. If you have an idea for a session you'd like to be spoken about, send it to us, put it in the comments. We'll try to hit it where we can. If you want to come on, let us know and we'll get you on for a coaching session. But we definitely appreciate the opportunity to reach you where you are. And until next time, we want to make sure that you take it easy, or at least take it any way you can get it.